Hello everyone, welcome to Great Online Training. This is Naidu. In this particular video, I'm going to cover about it PROC formats. PROC means it's a procedure. Formats means we are applying some formats to existing data sets. By using this particular formats, there are many stuff we can do like converting a character to character, character to numeric, and numeric to numeric, and numeric to character. So all these conversions we can easily do with it, this particular PROC format. And let me see and let me just get the details like where you will use this particular PROC format in your real time, and let's start it with it. Please note that there is a task at the end of the video. Watch the video entirely and respond to the task by leaving your comments below. So what is meant by this format? What exactly it means to you? By using this particular PROC format, we can convert a numerical value into a character, and character into character, and character to numeric, and numeric to numeric also we can do. All these four conversions we can do. Basically, what is the purpose? Why we need to learn this concept? You just go to your clinical trials data in real time, open the project RR8827309 documents. So there we have CRF, case reporting form. This is how we collect the data from the patients. You carefully see in this particular data. So this is this particular form is called case report form for patient. Patient, one particular form will be there. So we'll try to note it down the details like site number, so which hospital he is from, the subject initials, date of the birth of the patient. And here gender wise, when we are entering the data, we try to enter male and female, there is a tick marks. But when the person's entering a data in a database, they'll enter the data as a 1 and 2. Okay, and we're coming to the ethnicity or race wise, they'll enter the data like a 1 2 3 4 5 6 and 99, something like that. So gender wise, one codes for male and two codes for female. So ethnicity wise, one codes for American, two codes for Asian, three codes for black, and four codes for as Hispanic or Latino, and native Hawaiians. And with white people are 99 means other. So is there any other category which is not mentioned here, that will get it. So it's the same way, when they are entering the data, they'll not enter this character data, they'll try to enter that numeric data into a database, and that data directly will reach to you. So now the question is, imagine how the data set is looks like. So whenever you're working on your SAS software, the data what client has provided to you, so you will get it in the form of like this. You just see this patient ID, it's not a problem. Age, not a problem. Race, we have a numbers like a 1 2 7 3 8 and 88 and 77. Sex wise, we have a 1 2 2 2 2 2 1 2 and all. So now race wise, 1 codes for what, 2 codes for what, 7 codes for what, 3 codes for what, 8 codes for what, 88 and 77. Sex wise, 1 codes for what, 2 codes for what, and all. You will get all this information. So now it is like a numbers. Now we want to convert these numbers into proper character format. In real time, whenever you get this type of data, there is a spec is nothing but a specification document, SDTM specification. You try to open it, in the spec they clearly mentioned it, what to do. You just see here. So now you can see they clearly mentioned it. So what is that? For sex, 1C is the variable. If it is a 1, you make it as a male. If it is a 2, then it's a female. The format name should be sex underscore sex 11 underscore is the format name is required. Again, so we have a treatment code A, B, C, D. A codes for Alaskin 300 mg, 150 mg, Alaskin 75 mg, Ramapril 5 mg. You are getting it, right? So now you just come here. I'm just trying to write it. Okay, I'm writing a format. PROC. I'm writing it. Once I execute it, the dataset is created. So go to libraries location, work library. So the dataset is created called lab. So there we will have just numbers only. I need to convert these numbers into proper format. So we will try to write a concept name called PROC format. PROC means it's a procedure, and we are trying to create a format. Format is the name we have already here earlier. So that is called system default format, like date 9 dot, ddmmy by 10 dot, and mmddy by 10 dot, and all are system defined format. Now you are specifically interested to create your own format with your name, or maybe whatever the name they have suggest us to use it. So in this particular document, they clearly mentioned it for race variable. So they have mentioned we need to use a format name called race11 with underscore is the format we need to use it. So make sure to, instead of writing Naidu, we need to write it race with 11. You may ask that why we need to write it 11 underscore. I can just end up with race 11 itself. When you try to create a format, it will throw an error message saying it we can't write a format name ending with a number. So you can't write any format name ending with number. Instead of that underscore sign, you are writing it. So within that, 1 equal to what, 2 equal to what, 3 equal to what, and all, whatever the data is there, I'm trying to write it. This is the procedure method. Generally, in every procedure method having a chance of printing capability in the output. But even though it is a procedure method, don't expect output to be stored in output. Maybe output won't get it in the output at all, because it's a PROC format. It is just creating
No,
a.
I lost the video.
Is it with everyone same?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. We can't see.
You
Your
can't
screen.
see me.
Yes, sir.
Why? I don't know.
Yes, now we can see.
And now
Now we can see.
Okay,
Yes.
everything okay. Where I am at right now? Tell me the line number where my cursor is blinking.
22,
Okay, tell me where my cursor is blinking.
23,
22.
Where my cursor is blinking.
23.
23.
Then you are in the right stage. You're correct. Okay, so now I'm just trying to write it. So I'm writing proc format value race with 11 underscore. I'm trying to write it with this one. There will be a format catalog will be created here. See, race with 11 is the format catalog created. You double click on it. There you can see that the format name is race 11 underscore. The length of the format is 16, means Pacific Islanders is the highest length. So 16 characters it is taking. Number of values, around 7 values you have it in it. Minimum length of the value is 1. Maximum length of the value is, I can write it up to 40, but I don't have a 40 characters length of my label. So up to say 16 only is possible. I'm writing it. Default length also 16. So it is a very standard method of creating this particular format. When this particular format is created and when it is saved and all the details, you can able to get it. But here start and end, you can't see any difference. Okay, I'll explain it in upcoming examples where you can see the difference between start and end points. But right now everything is same for both start and end. So this is about your proc format. When you're creating, the catalog will be created and it is with you. Okay, so now one format is ready and I need to apply the format to my data set. What I can do is, when I'm writing, okay, I have created a format, but if I'm not writing a format statement, again if I'm writing proc print and data lab and run it, don't expect that format automatically apply to my data set. You're really interested to apply that format to my data set on that particular variable, make sure to write a statement which you already know. Earlier also we have done with dates. You try to write it as a format. Within that format, you try to mention the variable name. I'm trying to write it my variable name as a race and race 11 underscore dot. You need to specify it for which variable I want to apply this one. The variable of mine which is there as a race, I need to apply this particular format for my race variable, and applying a format name as a race 11, execute it and run it. So now instead of getting that numbers, okay, so now you are getting it. Now the format not found or could not be loaded. How come it is? So I have not created this format. So let me just try to write it race 11 format. I'm trying to create it. It's there. Proc print. Then give the semicolon. So format of my race variable with race 11 underscore is the format I'm trying to create it, execute it. Why I am not getting this one? Race.
Is different.
What is the difference? RACA 11 underscore. What is difference, madam? Is my race
In the format step, the race is different.
format step?
Value.
What is that? What is that?
There is no A in the RC.
RCE. 32 number. Well,
Okay, you're right. So
yes.
no,
Yeah.
so this one is fine. No, what is wrong? This is, what is my variable? RCE.
No,
RACA race. But here, what is
No,
my variable name
the
here?
format value is wrong. The format value is RC11.
Ah,
In the PROC print, you have it as
you're right. You're right.
RAC.
Sorry about that. Okay, RAC. Okay, now it's
Yeah.
clear. So now I'm trying to apply the format. So now you can see, instead of getting my numbers, so I get it my values as a Caucasian, Black, and Native Americans, Asians, Pacific Islanders, and other and unknown and all. You're getting right, nice and clean. Agree?
So what is that value, the meaning of
Value
that?
is the statement is used to create that format, madam. Okay, value statement. You are
Okay,
passing those values to my format actually.
Okay, sir.
So one thing is done. I want to create one more format for sex also. So what I can do is, for sex also, what they're asking me to create a format name, sex11 underscore. Okay. Now I'll try to write it. See, the thing is, I can write it a one more format saying it as a proc format and then value and all. I can write it. Instead of that, let me try completing the proc format. Within this, again, you try to write it a value. Then you try to write a format name, sex with 11 underscore. Don't give the semicolon. 1 equal to, you try writing it as a male. You write the second, don't give the semicolon. Huh? So 2 equal to, you try to write it as a female, semicolon. That's it. So now another format name I'm creating with the name of sex11. You just see that. So now I'm going to get another format with me right now. If I execute it, so now another format I'm writing it. Perfect. Say sex11 underscore. You are getting the format. So which is there with me. Okay. So now I'm just trying to write it. So the formats are ready. I want to apply that format also. I'll try to write it. So should be, I'm writing it as a sex 11 underscore. I need to apply to which variable underscore dot I need to apply. See, while creating a format not required, but while applying it, you need to write it the dot. Sex variable, I want to apply the format. Make sure to write it sex with sex11 dot. So now you execute it. Now you convert it. You see that? Can you see? Is your numerical values are turned into a character? Agree with me? I can use a method called proc format to apply the formats. Now the question is, Naidu, is it only required, or maybe is it only possible to write these formats only in the proc step? Can't we use this in data step? Why can't? We can write it this particular format in the data step also. Make sure those formats should be available before your values are ready. See, if your formats are already available at somewhere, you want to directly apply, you try to apply on this particular data itself, so that you will get it in the output window here. Not only that, you go there and open your data set which is there in your work library called lab, double click on that race variable. Now you can see that the formats directly applied on it. So earlier it's just a numbers, but now the formats are applied with race 11 underscore. So with 16 means default, automatically it will try to write that length of that format what you have given. You will get that. Okay, so you will get that. So race wise you will get it, and as well as sex wise also you will get it the information. Yeah, it's created. We're coming to here. Any questions? Is that formats are created? Basically speaking, we try converting numerical value into a character by applying a format. Yes. You with me? Everyone able to follow me?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Good. So now let me just go for the next one. So the next scenario is when we have a data with me, data med, input statement, patient ID, center, drug, card statement. I have a data of ABCD. You see that? PID wise 14, 17, 19, 30. Center wise NIMS, CARE, KIMS, and Apollo. Drug is ABCD. Now my interest is very simple. According to my document, they clearly mention A codes for Alaskrin 300, B codes for Alaskrin 150, C codes for Alaskrin 75 mg, D codes for Alaskrin Ramapril 5 mg or something like that. We need to write the text. So we need to convert. See, while clinical trial is going on, they'll not reveal the drug name. They'll try to make that particular drug name as a ABCD only. A codes for what, B codes for what, nobody is going to reveal that, because until unless that particular clinical trial is completed. So nobody will able to okay, so nobody able to reveal that name, so everyone will try to use the ABCD names only. Even the drug names also labeled with ABCD. Even doctors also, they'll get to know ABCD drugs only, because they'll not reveal the molecule name or anything. So but one thing they know, that even you give A, B, C, D, any drug you give it, it will reduce your fever. Maybe this particular drug is specially for reducing a fever. No matter which drug you are giving it, any of these drugs is used to reduce the fever of the body or something like that. So A codes for allostatin 300 mg, B codes for allostatin 150, and C codes for allostatin 75 mg, D codes for ramipril 5 mg. Yeah, it will work. So now our intention is how to convert a characters into character. Very simple. You try to write a PROC format like earlier. You try to write it a value. Dollar is required. Why? Numeric to numeric conversion or numeric to character conversion, I don't need to worry about with the dollar. But when you try writing it character to character and character to numeric, definitely dollar is required. That means you are handling with a numerical character variable, dollar is required. PROC format value dollar with dose, quotations A equal to allostatin 300 mg, quotations B with allostatin 150 mg, quotations C with allostatin 75 mg, quotations D with ramipril 5 mg, and run the program. What happened? I created my format. Yes, the format is ready, and the format is with us with the name of dose. Okay, now I want to apply this particular format to my variable. I can directly write PROC print data equal to med format of my drug dollar with dose dot format. Now you execute it. See, this is the format. PID wise, center wise, and drug wise, the formats are created. See what happened? I try using a dollar sign to handle the character value. Once that characters or values are reading, because we need to write it both in a quotation. It can be right side values also quotation, left side values also quotations. So then format of your drag a dollar with dose dot. So you are applying the format to variable, and now you finally you just see that instead of having that number, so you have allostatin 300 mg, 150, 75, and ramipril 5 mg. You are getting it perfect, no issues. We are coming to the next one. Data labs is your dataset name. I'm trying to write it. So I have created. I'm writing it PROC format value dollar with JA null. So my interest is very simple. What I want to do is, guys, somebody in my office is still pinging and my brain is still working there only. And client call the first 30 minutes. I've been approved. Okay, fine. So now my interest is here. Data labs is your dataset name, patient ID, age, and pulse is the variable. Actually, pulse variable is a character. Actually, it should be like pulse variable is declared as a character. Actually speaking, it is not character. It's not a character. Actually, it should be a numeric. But the problem is somewhere we have a value called null in the middle. So whenever there is a null, okay, so this null means I need to read that as a character data. To avoid that as a character, I want to read this particular, instead of null, I want to make it as a 0.0. So first I'm trying to create the data set what client has given, and I'll try to take care of that one. The next step is I need to handle with PROC format with value $JA. So dollar is required, as you already know that to convert a character to character conversion, dollar is required. I have mentioned it. The format name can be anything. As I said earlier, it must be start with the character underscore embedded blanks is not accepted and all those rules. But the only thing is it should not end with a number. So it's no number in that. It's a JE is the format name. Quotations with null equal to 0.0. There is no wrong in it. So that's it.
Sir,
I'll try to apply the format. Again, the video gone?
No, I have a doubt.
Yeah, please.
The null, you're converting it to the number, no? Then why are you giving the dollar sign? Only for character to character
we are
conversion.
handling with a character variable of pulse, right? We try converting
So whenever
character to character or character to numeric, dollar is required. Numeric to numeric
whenever
or
we are
numeric to
converting
character, dollar is not required.
so whenever we are using a character conversion, we have to use the dollar sign.
Dollar sign. Yes, madam. You're right.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Right. So PROC print data equal to labs and format pulse with $JE dot. So wherever your null values are filled with 0.0. Is it making sense? Yes or no? Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
It is making sense. Wherever it's a
Yes,
null,
sir.
it's making as a 0.0. Okay. So the problem is client is not asking to keep me as a 0.0. Wherever it is null, try to make it as a 0. That is what the client interest is. Then what you can do? I can run the program, execute it now. What happened? What happened? Do you see any difference? Hello, you with me? What is the difference? Do you see any difference on the pulse? Earlier, the pulse
Yes.
variable value with 98.7, 89.7, 68.8 and all. But what is my pulse values now? Can you just observe?
9086 like.
Why? That's a question. Why? The reason is when you are applying the format length is 1 character and your values are more characters length, automatically only first digit of your values only it is picking up default. So wherever it is a 0, nicely displaying, there is no problem. But wherever the remaining values, it is just getting truncated. But I don't want that to be happen then what to do? So you have to do, okay, you have to do with this one. Still you want it as a 0, but I want it the value to be displayed as it is.
So
You
we
count it.
can't see your screen.
Screen freeze again
I can
started.
Yeah, now I can see.
Okay, so 68.8 I want to take that. So that means, so how many digits? 1 2 3 4. So now I'll try to write it JE with 4 dot. I'll try to mention it. This will allow me to print it and execute it. So now you can see 98.7, 0, 89.7, 68.8, 88, 98.7, 0, 89.7, 68.8, 98.7, 0 and all. Yeah, it's working. Making sense? Clear? No truncation in my data. At the same time, I want to make it as a 0, I can get it. Now the question is, Naidu, you said that earlier, we can't write a format name ending with a number. Not only that, you try, see here, JE with 4, when I try to run the program, even this one also, it will throw an error saying it, you can't write a format name ending with a number. That's what it is trying to give me an error. You just see that. Scroll up a little bit. What it is saying? The format name JE with 4 ends with a number which is invalid. You can't write a format name ending with a number. But the thing is, while I'm applying it, how come I can directly write it that as a 4? That's possible. So we can write it while applying it so that you can increasing the length of that format, how much you want it. So I'm writing JE4 dot means up to 4 characters long data. I'm interested, I can get it. So this one I have done converting your character value into numeric. The last one is converting a numeric to numeric. What does that mean? Data, your data set name, vital, patient ID, visit, and dose and card statement. So dose wise, we have a 1, 2, 1, 3, 1, 3, and all. So I'm trying to create my format and which is ready with me. Now I'm trying to write it. PROC format value value dose 1 equal to 0.6, 2 equal to 0.8, 3 equal to 0.5. So formats I have created. Now my interest is I want to apply this format to my data set. Why can't I can directly write it PROC print data equal to vital format of my dose with DOS dot. I'll try to apply those formats. Now you can see that instead of getting your numbers as a 1 2 3 or something like that, I'm getting nicely. One has a 0.6, two has a 0.8, as so something like that. Whatever is already allocated according to my values, I'm getting those values. That means numeric to numeric conversions also we can easily do with it. Yeah, it's working.
Okay, with this we have learned what about this particular PROC format, what are the things we can able to do with this format. Let me give you a small task on this one so that you'll be able to understand whether you have followed my classes well, and so that you understand the concept well or not, you get to know. For this, what you can see is identify the error in the PROC format statement. So I have given a program, a bit of program I have given here. So you need to identify the error in it. So what is the keyword wrong in the following example? Which keyword I have wrongly mentioned it? Okay, so which is not a nice one. Which keyword is I have wrongly mentioned it? So there is a syntax error definitely, but what is that syntax error you need to just see in this actually. So we have PROC format value $gender, F as a female, M as a male, other equal to miscoded and run. But something I really know here. So what is the mistake I have done that? So you try to figure out what is the mistake I have done and try to write in the comment section. Thank you for watching. Please click on the like if you are interested on this particular video, and as well as subscribe for more updates. And if you have any questions or comments, please write it in the comment section. I'll take care. Thank you.